Join up or not? It's somewhat of a controversial topic. Some won't use it as it just doesn't feel right. And in natural horsemanship, it's praised as a natural way to establish ourselves as a trustworthy leader. And I understand how people come to this impression, as the moment the horse turns to us and follows seems like a moment of a deep connection, as if the horse is saying, I accept you as my leader. I used to do join-ups too, and yes, I felt the same way. So now, for all of you, whether you do it or not, let me take you into the world of wild horses and explore what we are actually saying to our horse when we do a join-up, why the horse joins up in the first place, and whether it really means the horse accepts us as a leader. The idea behind the join-up is that the one who makes another move through pressure is in charge. We are supposed to stand in the middle until the horse challenges us, and then we step into its way to correct it. Notice how in this video, although the claim is that we should stand calmly in the center, the person is still constantly using the whip to drive the horse. And then, once the horse submits, the person turns or moves backwards, inviting the horse, and the horse follows, supposedly recognizing us as a leader. So now let's take a look if this actually happens in the wild, and if so, what we are actually saying in these moments to our horse. So in nature, a horse is only chased away like this within its own herd in one situation, when the herd stallion wants to exclude it from the group. For example, because it disrupts the harmony or simply doesn't fit into the herd. So when we now chase a horse around in a round pen with a long whip, we are essentially telling it that we want to exclude it from our herd. The big difference? In nature, the horse can actually leave. In a round pen, it can't. Also, if a stallion is driving a horse out of the herd, it would never cut off its escape route or force it to change the direction to prove dominance. Why would he? He just wants the horse to leave. And as soon as it's far enough away, he stops the pressure immediately. So by running around in circles, our horse is trying to do what it thinks we want, leave the herd, so that the pressure stops. But it can't. So what we are asking our horse to do doesn't make any sense. And also, is this really our goal? To tell our horse that we want to exclude it from the herd? Okay, but why does our horse follow us then when we stop driving it? Why does it turn towards us and even follows? There are several explanations for this. Some scientists believe that following is simply a learned response. Horses realize that turning and following stops the pressure, allowing them to relax again. But here is now my own explanation, which is based on the behavior of wild horses. Now, we've already learned that forceful driving within a herd only happens when the herd stallion wants to exclude a horse from the group. And such an exclusion is extremely stressful for the horse being driven away. It will often follow its former herd for days, sometimes even weeks, because staying close feels safer, and also it often just doesn't know what else to do. So when we signal to our horse in the round pen that we are excluding it from the herd, and then suddenly stop driving it and make an inviting gesture, the horse thinks it is being allowed back into the herd. That's a huge relief for the horse, and following us is simply the equivalent of following the herd stallion back into the group. So does this mean the join-up is actually a good method? No. As I said, being excluded from the herd is a highly stressful experience for the horse. And when we suddenly invite it back, we are also creating confusion because our behavior is inconsistent. First, we drive the horse away with intensity, and then we immediately allow it to come back. This can make it harder for the horse to trust us because clear and consistent communication is essential, especially when we do join-ups repeatedly. At some point, the horse recognizes the pattern and just starts to shut down and do what it knows will stop the pressure. So what we are doing through this is teaching the horse that even the most extreme signals are meaningless because there's no real consequence to this highly intense act of driving it away. In nature, this is a rare and serious situation, but in join-up, we exclude the horse without actually letting it escape, and then we invite it back every time. This doesn't just damage trust in our leadership, it desensitizes the horse to a signal that should only be used in extreme cases, if at all. Now, of course, this doesn't mean we can't drive a horse forward. We can, but it has to happen in the right situation, with the right intensity, and with the right signal. Do you want to learn more about natural signals and communication? Then I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel. And if you're really interested in natural horse communication, you can also download my guide, or even better, become a member of the Being Heard community. I'm looking forward to getting to know you and your horse a bit better. See you next time.